Yasser Arafat International Airport in the Gaza Strip was designed to service 700,000 passengers every year, but today lies in ruins after several Israeli bombardments between 2001 and November last year. Largely cut off from the outside world by land, sea and air, Gaza suffers from an unemployment rate of 32%, yet has the pilots, air hostess and expertise, but not the freedom or security to run its own international airport.
Gaza International Airport helped building the Palestinian economy. It was a symbol of the strength of the Palestinian state. Destroying it by the Israeli occupation was a move to try and destroy the economy. It brought the world closer to Palestine, closer to Gaza. I hope it works again.
Many contend that Gaza would otherwise be a thriving tourist destination if it weren't for the Israeli siege. Palestine Airlines would be able to offer flights to Jeddah and Amman to make it easier for Palestinians to make pilgrimage and see their families in the West Bank. Instead, Palestinians and internationals are forced to use the Rafah crossing with Egypt, one of the most laborious border terminals in the world.
I think, of course, it's a long trip, but as we've seen in the last couple of weeks, it's also a dangerous trip. I personally was traveling on the day that the soldiers were kidnapped, so if I had waited for one more day, then I wouldn't have been able to get in. So you have a lot of old people, a lot of children, a lot of sick people that are traveling, so it is very treacherous for them. If you have all your paperwork, of course, you will go through and it's not a problem. Nevertheless, if you have an airport, I think it would make life a lot easier in terms of, one, it would make it easier for Palestinians to access Rafah, but also I think it will be helpful for the Egyptian because they spend a lot of resources, time, and manpower actually guarding the border, so it would be easier on them as well.
2 kilometers away from the airport is the Rafah crossing with Egypt, which was closed last week by Egyptian police for 5 full days after 7 Egyptian servicemen were kidnapped by gunmen in the Sinai desert. This affected the freedom of movement of almost 3,000 Palestinians who were stranded on both sides of the border.
Grave violation to the international humanitarian law, since it was space for the people to travel freely. Israel, through the destruction, put more restrictions on the access for the Palestinians, at the same time get from them one of the main sources for sovereignty. We are calling on the international community in order to protect the Palestinian economic and different organizations from such Israeli destruction policy, at the same time to stop such silence, because Israel is using this silence in order to continue such grave violations, such attacks on the Palestinian organizations.
Without an airport, Gaza is forced to rely on the mercy of Egyptian border police to grant Palestinians access to the outside world. Hamas tried to reopen the airport in 2012, but Israeli occupation forces refused to allow it. As a result, the airport has a new purpose.
The Gaza airport became our only way to earn money. There is no jobs or building materials, so we work here and earn $3 for every 10 kilos of sand.
Some of the poorest people in Gaza slowly recycle its remaining concrete and rubble. They can earn up to 70 shekels for each ton of gravel or sand they sell to buy food for their families. The lack of building materials in the Gaza Strip has stopped the rebuilding of the airport, and so Palestinians have been pushed to destroy what was once a symbol of freedom and hope. Noor Harazeen, Etajah TV, Gaza,